The Valley of Peace kept a secret that nobody could unlock. A mystical scroll kept at the highest point of the Jade Palace supposedly contained the ultimate power of Kung Fu. Legend assured that only the Dragon Warrior would have access to this sacred knowledge. But what no one expected was that this warrior would end up being a noodle-cooking panda. Po's story became more than just a martial arts adventure. The panda dreamed of being someone different, someone extraordinary like the Furious Five, those masters who defended the valley with impressive techniques that he could only admire from afar. Every morning, he woke up to the reality of his father's noodle shop, a goose named Ping, who hoped his son would continue the family business. But everything changed, especially for Master Shifu, when Po literally fell from the sky during the Dragon Warrior selection ceremony. The finger of Grandmaster Oogway pointed at him, not at Tigress or any of the other masters. "There are no accidents," said Oogway with that calmness that only true prophets possess. And things kept getting worse for Shifu. His former student Tai Lung had escaped from prison and was coming for the Dragon Scroll. The same beast he once considered a son now threatened to destroy the entire valley. Shifu tried to get rid of Po using the most brutal training possible, but the panda never gave up. It was obvious that Shifu's philosophy directly clashed with Oogway's. While one tried to control every aspect of life, obsessed with perfection and order, the other flowed with circumstances, accepting what the universe offered. One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it, Oogway reminded him before disappearing among peach blossoms. And that's where the real transformation began. Shifu discovered that Po didn't learn like the others. His motivation didn't come from rigid discipline, but from something much closer to his nature: food. Using dumplings as a reward, Shifu adapted the training to the panda's personality, allowing him to develop a unique kung fu style. And to top it all off, when the Furious Five failed in their attempt to stop Tai Lung, all hopes fell on Po. But when he finally opened the legendary Dragon Scroll, he discovered it was empty. Literally, there was nothing written, just a reflective surface that returned his own image. A disappointment for everyone until Po understood the truth thanks to his father's words about noodle soup. There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special. Tai Lung's entire life had been a search for something that didn't exist. It wasn't really the scroll he was looking for, but Shifu's approval. And when he finally heard the words he always wanted to hear, "I have always been proud of you," it was already too late. His heart had hardened too much. Po ended up facing Tai Lung. Using his physical uniqueness, that chubbiness everyone had despised, he managed to render his opponent's most lethal technique ineffective, the nerve attack. "I'm not a fat panda, I'm the fat panda," he proudly declared before executing the Wuxi finger hold to definitively defeat Tai Lung. After winning the battle, Po returned to the palace to find Shifu injured but alive. The master had finally found the inner peace he sought so long, accepting that control was just an illusion. As Bruce Lee said, "Be like water, my friend. Water doesn't resist the obstacle, but flows and finds a way to continue its course." This story isn't just about Kung Fu or pandas. It's about accepting who we really are. It's about understanding that we can't control the future, but we can embrace the present with all its uncertainties. And most importantly, there is no secret ingredient for greatness. The true strength is within us, waiting for us to believe in it. The secret of the Dragon Warrior was never a special technique or mystical power. It was something much simpler yet deeper: acceptance. Po didn't need claws, venom, or wings like the Furious Five. He didn't need to change who he was to become someone extraordinary. He just needed to believe in himself. And that's how a noodle-cooking panda saved the Valley of Peace, and by the way, taught us one of the most valuable lessons: letting go of the illusion of control. We cannot predict whether the events in our lives will result in something good or bad. We suffer more from our imagination than from reality itself. But perhaps the greatest lesson of all is to take a leap of faith, to do what we must and trust that everything will work out. Hope is like jumping into the unknown, trusting that we'll find a surface that will support us on the other side. Remember when you were a child and dreamed of being someone special? Maybe you don't need to change who you are. Maybe you just need, like Po, to accept your own nature and believe in it. The true secret ingredient has always been there inside you. Inside you.